and my beloved members and officials of Tuch Documentaries. The clock is fast ticking towards midnight, and thus the year 2024 will come to an end, and the new dawn shall welcome the year of 2025. This year, 2024, has been an eventful one to say the least. We have been through many interesting adventures, many grave losses, many new accomplishments, and many, many more. But first, before I get into those, I wish you all a very happy new year. This new year may bring good health and happiness to you all, and maybe we can also march forward even beyond the accomplishments we have earned in 2024. Even as I speak, the documentary number or the number of Srayons in Tuch documentaries is about 4,020 or something like that. Indeed, that is a huge number. This year alone, we have produced about 5 to 700 Srayons. Among these, there are tiny documentaries on artworks, locomotives, and so on. While they are part of a series, I don't think these will last very much into the future in your minds, and maybe they will disappear and wither away someday. But there have been many important works which I have done in this year, which I will be remembered for them. That's my true belief. I have been to two major voyages this year, one to Sri Lanka and one to the United Kingdom, and both of them resulted in literally hundreds of Srayons. True, there are small, tiny ones, but there are much bigger ones as well, starting from the railway museum studies to the other museum studies across the two continents to the different classes of railways to railway studies in other countries, plus documentaries such as the Robindra Jadughar and so on. I think 2024 is a notable year in that regard, as many successful documentaries like Britannia or Cambridge in My Eyes have been published. I request you all to see those. Those are available in YouTube or Facebook. I also humbly request you to please leave a like and your valuable comments. And if you wish, do subscribe to my channel. That will be a great help to me. It's up to you. There's no, there's no need to do it. But if you do, I'll be very happy. Anyway, as a company, this year has witnessed several important great losses in our company. Firstly, we have lost 3 Upadishtas or members of the advisory committee of this company. This includes Dr. Gholam Murshid. Dr. Murshid was a Bengali scholar, and he is indeed one of the most prolific writers of our time. His death in September, I think, is indeed a great loss. Kamal Chakraborty, whom I called Kamalda, was a Bengali poet. Plus, he was an environmentalist who had literally planted lakhs of trees around his own estate, the Bhalo Pahar. The NGO he founded, Bhalo Pahar, also benefits to little children who are left behind. So, indeed, that man was a man to be proud of, and his loss is also a grave loss in our company's history. The final loss between our officials is the death of Shuniti Kumar Pathak. Professor Pathak was an Indologist and an Indo-Tibetologist who was the global authority on the Tibetan language, on Buddhist philosophy, and he was indeed a great scholar. I have met very few people as learned as him. He was 100 years old, true, but he was quite well. He was active to the very final day. So, indeed, Professor Pathak's demise is a huge loss for us. Today, as we embark into a new year, I pay my respects to these officials. But our family extends beyond our officials. We have many, many viewers across the globe, and some of them have tragically left us in the year of 2024. The ones which really disturbed me are the deaths of my younger brothers, Shurat Shenapati and Shamrat Shenapati. They were so enthusiastic and fond of my channel. They made so many comments to my channel almost every day. That was a huge, huge pain in my heart when I learned that Shurat died, and a few days later, so did Shamrat. We have lost Ramendranath Mondal. He was a member of Tuch Documentaries, and he had always supported our company. I remember when I set the world record of making 2000 documentaries, he was the first one to congratulate me in the group. We have lost Krishna Rai. She was my great aunt, and she was indeed a brilliant woman, a great scholar in her own rights, and a great fighter who strove her entire life with social barriers and then her own physical health. This all made her a great human being, and she had been interviewed by me several times, and those interviews have been very useful in my documentaries. So losing her is also indeed a huge pain which we have to overcome. As for important viewers, we have lost Dr. Manmohan Singh. In 2021 and 23, Dr. Manmohan Singh commented in some of my documentaries, which makes him one of our own. Ratan Tata, the world famous industrialist, also passed on, and he had also seen a documentary of mine personally, and then I sent another one to which he said a great work of a great nephew of a great uncle. That great uncle is my uncle, who was a part in that documentary. Even as I speak, the United States is organizing the funeral of Jimmy Carter, the 39th US president, who was also a viewer of mine. Our documentary number is currently around 4,000. Any channel is proud of its videos, but Tuch Documentaries in this whole year has accomplished the goal of 4,000 documentaries. The last such milestone was achieved in 2022, and since then we have crossed another 1,000 shrines. But not just shrines. Not just quantity, we have increased our quality to a greater extent. If I may say so myself, my voiceover, my editing, and others skills have developed even in the slightest bits. So that is also something I have learned from this year, and this will indeed be a treasure in my journey. I have had my own screening in Tagore Research Institute. Let me explain. On the 12th of August, that is the foundation day of Twitch documentaries, that day, 3 of my documentaries were displayed in Tagore Research Institute in collaboration with Twitch documentaries. The screening took place with a grand audience, with a highly intellectual audience. Professors like Shumita Chakraborty and Abhra Ghosh came to see it, and it was a huge success. That was how we celebrated the 5th anniversary of Twitch documentaries. Let's see what do we do in the 6th. As I said, we have had a big screening in 2023. And the ones who cooperated in making that documentary, The Little Librarian with a Big Heart, Neil Ratan Sarkar and Olivia Banerjee, plus a few more able workers have also been presented with the Bishopati Award in the convocation of 2024. That convocation took place in the presence of our Poridarshok, Kanan Kumari De, and that was a grand success as well. Our museums. Twitch Documentaries boasts the huge body known as the Dharmarajika Pratishthan, which encompasses a huge amount of collection of treasures from around the world. Our museum has increased in size and stature. Many important people have visited it over the years, and this year we have had several major visitors, including Dr. Ashok Kumar Das, Dr. Ati Ghosh, Bodhirupa Sinha, Dr. Tirthankar Roy, and many more. The museum is growing even today, and it is expected that very soon our museums shall enter a few more stages, but that is something you will have to wait. Lastly, our micronations, Kapchara, Guti House, and South, and their smaller colonies are right now on 1st January are uniting and merging into one micronation known as the Empire of Triratno. I will explain the details later, but suffice to say that Triratno now shall become a sufficient micronation which shall boast some of the most important museums any micronation can produce. Plus, we have a citizenship list of about 10,000. That is a great number. That is 1,000 members of the Twitch documentaries plus the citizens of this micronations. Not 10,000, should be around 2,000. Anyway, that was a mistake on my part. Anyway, this year was a grand one. We have lost many friends, but we have made new friends. And I just hope this shall continue in 2025. A very happy new year to all of you, and I wish very much that you remain a part of our company till the very end. Thank you.